All right. First of all, welcome on, you guys. This was something that, as I was telling you about, that I don't do a lot just because I'm like you. We're all, there's so much happening right now in life. And I know a lot of us are pulled and tugged in all different areas, whether it be family, whether it be family issues, whether it be, dealing with loss, which we have in the last 3 months. It's just been crazy. Like we lost both of our dogs and which are our kids, and just everything else that's going on in the world. So tonight is all about us just kind of pulling back the reins a little bit and just kind of getting recentered, restructured, reorganized, refocused, reconnected, rejuvenated, to remember what really, really is important, what really, really matters, right? And so I made the post this morning about healing tonight. Come on board, we get healed. Um, we are. We're all, you guys are healing me, I'm healing you. We're all going to be in a healing space today. That's why you showed up. So those that did show up, where you guys have tuned into a frequency and you go, you know what, I need this, right? So that's the only way you would have known about it, because otherwise you'd been off doing something else. So tonight we're going to be students and teachers. Anytime I do a gathering, there's a giving and receiving. So tonight I want you to not only receive, Emma, receive, Chastity, receive, because you guys are always giving, 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 giving of self. Coral, okay? Tonight I want you to receive, but I also want you to give. Okay. So whatever's on your heart, I want you to be able to feel freely just to give that. So, and there'll be things that we talk about tonight where you're going to go, I got to say something. Freaking say it. Okay. Say it, because what you're going to do is you're going to teach everybody and you're going to allow everybody to receive and maybe validate something that they're feeling. Right. So if we're all in this frequency of getting better, if we're all in this frequency of becoming more well or healing or whatever, then let's let it happen. Let it happen, right? No fighting, no tugging, no punching, no squeezing, no clawing, no crying, no woe is me, no, none of that crap. Like that doesn't belong here at this table. Okay. So, with that being said, I always set the intention. Every time I do anything, I'm always very intentional. So I'm going to set the intention tonight. My intention tonight is to be my best and to offer up some food for thought for you guys to chew on and see if it applies in any aspect of your life. My my knowing is that yes, there will be some stuff that you go, yes, great. And a lot of this stuff you guys have already heard. It's already been validated. It's just that sometimes we have to get back to the basics. We have to go back to what we know is the truth. We have to go back to things that we remember. We have to go back and go, oh my gosh, I remember somebody telling me that, and we need to reapply that now because now it's coming up again, right? And that's how teachers work. That's how things happen in the universe. Is it keeps showing you something. It keeps allowing you to experience something until you finally go, I should probably add that. I should probably do that. I should probably remove that, whatever the case may be. Okay. So you guys are all here because we're all of us, including myself. I'm always in a growth environment. I always will be until the day that I die. In fact, I think on my deathbed, whenever that happens, I'm going to still be doing something. I might be reading something, learning something, trying to do something, pushing myself to, step outside the box. That's just, guys, that's just the way that I am. And I know a lot of you are like that too. Okay. So we're going to talk about 5 things today. 5 things. Every single one of these you guys have heard. And you've heard, well, maybe, maybe not. You've heard them from different teachers. And by the way, I see everybody, everything is a teacher for me. I don't see people as people, believe it or not. I don't see Emma, I don't see Coral or Hina or Michael as a person. Believe it or not, I see them as a master teacher. I see all of everything that I have, the colors that I wear teach me something about me. The hats that I wear, like everything I have around me. If I was to go show you my room here, I have all my music and I have my sound bowls. All these things are teachers for me. And so if I see things as teachers, okay, not people that have got issues and not people that piss me off and all that stuff. If I just see them as a teacher, doesn't that just sound more like, and you don't have to, by the way, and you don't have to like your teacher. How many of you had teachers growing up in high school or in middle school that you did not like? You go, I just can't stand that teacher. Okay. You don't have to like the teacher, But you have to understand that that person that rubs you a certain way, that has this certain energy, is there as a master teacher. Do you understand that? They're masters at what they do. And you have to figure out how to manipulate the energy around that master so that you can move through it. Okay? You can move through it. And so if you see people as teachers not as, oh my God, that guy's he's that. If you see people as that, then now you can move through things because now you're giving yourself a chance not to be confrontational, not to be uh, invasive. You're giving your chance to figure out, okay, since I'm a master teacher myself, how does one master teacher working with another master teacher, how do I move and navigate through whatever I'm feeling with grace and peace? And then when it happens again, when I see that person again, when I hear their name again, when I know that they're showing up again, how do I, with grace, because they're teaching you something, how do I become a master and move through it? And your whole life is all about mastering the energies around you and staying in what I call the sweet spot. That's your only goal is this, you guys. Here's your only goal in life. And when you look at it as this, it's so much easier than to try to juggle everything. I tried juggling. One of the things I attempted to do is learn how to juggle. I just think it's really cool when somebody can take two things and do this, or three things, or five things. I'm like, oh my God, I got to learn how to do that. Well, it frustrated me and I just quit. But I'm telling you, it's so much easier to know the game of life if it's just one thing versus 5,000 things. Oh, I got to deal with my mother. I got to deal with this. I got to deal with that, my job, my comp plan. I got to deal with my team. That's a lot. But if you just figure out, okay, how do I get to the sweet spot in life? How do I get to a place where I'm feeling good? And it might take a day, it might take a week, but how do I get to a place that's feeling good? And I'm gonna give you some things to help you, okay? How do I get to a place to where I'm starting to feel good? And then once you start to feel good, your only goal, you guys, the only goal is to stay that good or better. That's your only goal. So what are we removing along the way? What are we adding along the way to make sure that we stay in what I call the sweet spot? All right, I call it the mojo. Your mojo is when everything is just, man, I want somebody to sign up today. Boom, somebody signs up. Hey, I want to do a 30-minute workout today. I normally do 20, you get 30 minutes in, you can't wait to do more. Like, you guys, this is mojo, right? When you need money, all of a sudden money just shows up. You guys, that's mojo. I want you guys to get to that space, that sweet spot, which is mojo. And when your mojo is on, everything's just happening on autopilot. So we have to get there. And I'm going to teach you some things and give you some things to help get you there, to help the process be easier for you. Okay. So the first thing that's going to help you get there, and this is my wife is a master teacher. Filipinos, just so you know, we are very unique creatures. Filipinos are probably the most unique creatures on the planet because we have something that no other humans have an addiction to. Does anybody want to know what that addiction is? You can tell me, come off mute, tell me what do Filipinos have that no other people on the planet have? We have an addiction to something. Anybody want to guess? Coral?
I was gonna say beautiful women.
Beautiful women. Yeah, yes, we do. Hina,
Good singing voices
good
and like
singing voice. That's very true. They're the best singers on the planet. Absolutely. No, but we have an addiction to something that's not really, really good, okay? That we are the only humans that actually have this addiction. And my wife discovered it and she's like, "What are you doing?" Anybody want to guess? I'll tell you. I'll give one more chance. Anybody? Nobody else? Okay.
healers,
Huh?
healers,
Healers?
good
No.
healers.
Thank you. No. Our addiction is this. Sugar. Gotcha. I got you. And I know you guys, all of us enjoy a degree of sugar, right? Filipinos are weird. Like we have to have donuts, we have to have dessert, no matter if we're full, the way it is. It's just the way it's always been. I say that because number one, the first thing you want to do in order to start the process of getting well or weller is you have to be aware of the amount of sugar, believe it or not, that you're eating. It is crazy, you guys. And, just when you think, oh, yeah, I got this, or if you go to Starbucks, or if you go to, you can buy frozen fruit that has sugar added to frozen fruit. It makes no sense. So I want you guys to all be freaking sugar mafia people. Like, look how many grams of sugar are on the things that you eat, the cereal that you're eating, the food that you're eating. You guys, 4 grams is a teaspoon. So when you see something that has 16 grams of sugar in it, added sugar in it, that's 4 teaspoons of sugar. So you're literally taking 4 teaspoons of sugar and putting it in water with some flavoring and some whatever chemicals. So I tell you this because if you're trying to get healthy, mind, body, spirit, physical, right? If you're eating a lot of sugar, the battle is 10 times, 100 times more difficult because sugar wants to just, it gives you a high for a second and wants to pull you and suck you back in and allow your body to work overtime to stay well, to stay healthy. Okay, so you guys look on the back. In fact, when you get off tonight's call, one of your things, just go open up your pantry, open up the thing that you eat all the time, you absolutely love. Okay, and just see how many servings. Hey, these potato chips are 160 calories for whatever. Just see how much added sugar and know that every time you see grams, 4 grams, that's a teaspoon of sugar. So if you're drinking sugared water, pop, things like that, you guys, it's so difficult. Okay. So, number one to get well is you guys got to control the amount of your sugar because it's going to affect everything. It's going to affect your sleeping, it's going to affect your energy, it's going to affect your well being. You guys, there are so many documentaries you can watch on Netflix, YouTube about sugar. It will scare you. It is more addictive than cocaine. It is more addictive than any drug, and they put it in everything. Okay, so start number one, just honor your temple, honor your frequency and your energy, make it easy for your body to be able to respond and recover really quickly. Get rid of the sugar as much as you can. Okay, fruit's good for you, but eat fruit in the morning so you have the whole day to kind of move through it. Okay, I eat tons of fruit. In fact, I spend $200 every week, every 10 days or so on nothing but fruits, watermelons and mangoes and apples and uh, figs, all kinds of stuff. Okay, because I just love fruit. All right, so number one, sugar. We want to make sure that we take care of the amount of sugar. Um, I'm going to be very curious when you guys now know that 4 grams is 1 teaspoon of sugar. Some of these drinks that you buy that seem healthy, it's green juice. Flip them over on the back. There's one in particular. God, I can't remember the name of it. It literally says, check guys, it says like 16 grams of sugar, but then you look at the servings in this one little 8-ounce bottle, it's 2 servings. So now you're getting 32 grams of sugar, you guys, in one bottle, what you think is healthy. Okay? So, sugar, make sure you guys take it. That's number one. Number two is, and this is something I am learning to become better at, is resting and sleeping. Make it your mission that when you get ready to go to bed at night, that you have a process that allows you an opportunity to have a good night's sleep. I'm going to teach you what I have been doing for decades. In fact, my wife, it's the funniest thing because she has no idea how literally I can give her a kiss, turn over on my right side, and my body instantly, because I've conditioned my body to literally go into REM mode like in less than 10 seconds. I'm out. Like if she wants to talk and fool around, have fun, whatever, she better get before I turn over to the right side because I'm out. Okay. It's a conditioning. But one of the things that we do is before we go to bed, you guys, there's for those that have a hard time. In fact, put in the chat box if you're one of those people that have a hard time sleeping, like you don't get a good night's sleep. Okay, up a couple times at night. Yeah, you wake up and it's only been 5 hours. And you wake up tired. Perfect. Okay, guys, here's how you're going to condition yourself. What I'm going to teach you, I've had people spend a lot of money for me to teach them what I'm about to teach you guys. Okay, so here we go. We have to condition ourselves. So what you cannot not do, okay, is you cannot watch TV at night that is stimulating, okay, unless you know how to do what I'm about to teach you. I can watch anything. I can watch anything at night, shut the TV off, talk to Rhonda, give her a kiss, and love on my dog, turn over to my right, I'm out. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to do that. But when you get ready for go to bed, so let's say your bedtime is normally 10 o'clock at night. An hour before you go to bed, there should be a process right? It's the shower, it's the checking your social media for the last time, it's all of that. An hour before you go to bed, though, that has to be the time where you are in a state of gratitude, okay? A state of gratitude where you're just like, man, today was awesome. I feel great. I feel good. And then as you crawl into bed, before you go to bed, there's a couple triggers and anchors that you want to use before you go to bed. Okay. And I know Coral, some of you guys have heard me do this before because we've done some work together, but it's again, it's important because when you are consistent with what I'm about to teach you, the brain starts to go along for the ride and starts to do this. So some of you may or may not know this, but I was a clinical hypnotherapist. I was a comedy hypnotist for 10 years. I know how to do crazy things to the mind. I know how to get people to do things. But once you figure out how to play the game in here, life is really, really easy. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you is a game. So we an hour before we get ready to go to bed, we have our shower. We're in this beautiful, loving state of gratitude. We're honoring ourselves. We're loving ourselves. Everything is juicy before we go to bed. If it's not, if you're dealing with something, make sure before you go to bed, you turn it to juiciness, which means you're just feeling good. Okay. When you crawl in bed, here's what I want you to do. Okay. Here's what I want you to do. After you are there and you're grateful and you're in this beautiful space, here's the words that I want you to say. I'm going to say them slow so you guys can write this down. And by the way, this is a Jedi mind trick. This is how you trick the mind and trick everything. Okay. So you're going to say, number one, I'm so grateful for this sleep that I'm about to get. This beautiful, deep healing, because guys, we heal when we sleep. When we are in that state of anesthesia, which is when we're sleeping, your body can then do what it needs to do. So we have to have good sleep. So I'm so grateful for the sleep that I'm going to have tonight that's going to allow my body to heal so deeply. Something along those lines, something like that. You guys can use your own words, but you kind of can get my vibe on what I'm saying. When I put my head tonight on this pillow, when I put my head on this pillow, I'm going to sleep more sound, more peaceful, more deep than I've ever slept in my life. So when I put my head on this pillow, I'm going to sleep more peaceful, more sound, more deep than I've ever slept in my life. This is what you're saying to yourself. Okay. You can say it out loud. You can just say it with I always do everything with a smile on the face because a smile is like turning the amplifier in your stereo all the way to 10. So I always smile away. I'm so grateful for this wonderful sleep I'm about to have tonight. I'm going to sleep more peaceful, more sound, more deeper than I've ever slept any other time, right? This is what's happening. I'm going to sleep so sound like a baby. I want you to remember what it was like when you were a baby, when you would sleep for 18 hours, right? So I want to sleep sound like a baby. And here's where it gets fun. When I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to wake up with a whole new sense of energy. I'm going to look and I'm going to feel 5 years younger. So I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to wake up with so much energy, excitement, whatever words you want to use, guys. Use your words. These are words that I say, but add whatever feels good to you, whatever words resonate with you. But I'm going to sleep more sound, more peaceful, and wake up tomorrow. I'm going to look and feel 5 years younger. This is the conditioning every night, every night, every night, every night. Your subconscious mind believes everything that it tells you, you tell it is the truth. The question is, what the heck are you telling it? Are you telling it about your problems and crap, I got to deal with that shit tomorrow? Oh my God. Is that what you're telling people? Is that what you're telling yourself? Or are you saying, look, I'm grateful. I get to sleep tonight, get to heal tonight, get to have peace tonight, get to allow my body to heal deep. I'm gonna sleep like a baby. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow alive and refreshed, looking and feeling 5 years younger. I figured it out, you guys. I figured it out. 2047 and 2024/7, since I've been saying this for so many years, I'm gonna be a fetus. I'm gonna look like a little fetus. Oh, there's Tony. He's the walking, living fetus. Look at him. Okay. I'm going back in time, y'all. I'm going back in time. Okay. All right. So you guys got that? Practice it. And just, again, loving thoughts, peaceful thoughts. You are in charge. You're in control. You're in command. So you got to get your brain to go along with it. Okay. So that's number 2 is resting and sleeping. If you have to take a nap during the course of the day, by the way, you guys, I do have an app I'm going to give you guys access to in a little second. You should try it. It's an app that changed my life. My wife uses it every single night. Some of you know about it. It's called Newcom. I know the CEO of this company. I have a wonderful relationship with them, and he did something very special for me. So I'm going to pass it on to you guys. So I'll talk about that at the end. Yes, great, Nancy. Yeah, I love it. I use it every single day, every single night. I do my power naps in the afternoon, which I never used to do, but I do those now. Man, I'm my mojo's flowing all day long. So I'll give you guys access to that. Okay. Number 3, 963 hertz, HZ. Write down the words, the number 963, and then HZ is in zebra. I'm not going to go into too much of the science about this, but you guys can go to YouTube, you can go to Spotify, you can go to whatever Apple Play Music maybe has it, but I want you to type in the search bar 963HZ music. Okay? This is a frequency that when you play it, it does amazing things to the body. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to get woo-woo on you guys because that's a whole new conversation, but I'm just telling you there are things around us that we can use that can help us energetically stay in a state. And we don't know why. Like, for example, I know right now I can go outside. I don't have my shoes on. I can go walk in the grass. It's almost nighttime, but I can feel energy from the earth, right? We've heard this. I can go hug a tree if I wanted to. I could, go do breath work if I wanted to. I can go meditate. I can do all these things that cost zero that can help me. 963 music. When you type it in there, there'll be different things. There'll be songs, there'll be tones, whatever you feel, but I always have that playing every single morning throughout the house. I have a Sonos system in my house, so every room can have a different energy. I could have disco in the kitchen, I can have reggae in the living room, and I can have 963 playing, here in my little office. It just plays in the background during the course of the day. And I get so much stuff done. And I just have things, okay? In a nutshell, here's what it does. It just connects you with the best version of you. For those that understand what the pineal gland is, it keeps it free. I'll just say that. It keeps it, allows you to just be light. How about that? Okay. Again, I don't want to get into woo-woo with you guys. That's a whole different class. Okay. So listen to 963 music. It's just going to help you move and feel throughout the day. Okay. Have it on just in the background. Doesn't have to be cranking. In fact, you probably only want it because sometimes it's just tones, but find a Spotify channel or a YouTube channel that has actual music that's recorded at that frequency.
I
Okay?
just asked Alexa and she's playing it.
Good, perfect, great. So again, it's one of those things that it's kind of like the way I look at it is this. It's kind of like a whistle for a dog. They can hear it, but you can't. Same thing with this music. This music's just happening in the background, and then the layering of how they texture the waves and all that allows healing to happen. Okay? Without any effort. Without any effort. Okay? The only effort is to find it on on the station. Find the station that you enjoy. That's the only effort. Okay? So okay, that's number 3 is to find 963 hertz music. There's other ones too. There's 528, there's 432. All of these frequencies, you guys, and you can do your research. You can ask ChatGPT, hey, ChatGPT, what is good healing frequencies with music for me to listen because I need energy. Okay, ask ChatGPT or recommend, 432 or 10,000. I mean, and then just go to YouTube, type that in the search bar and just have it playing, okay? All of these things are designed to assist you, okay? To make your life easy. Believe me, I don't like working hard. especially when I know I have all these things around me that can help me. Like, for example, removing sugar. Like, I know that when I start eating sugar, I get cranky, like for no reason. Like, I'm not the best version of myself. So I know that when I'm not sleeping, I get cranky. So I just got to figure out how to sleep better, how to clear out my cupboards so that I don't have stuff that's damaging my temple. I'm honoring my temple. Okay. And I'm giving myself an opportunity to be my best every day. And all I want to do, my goal is to be 1% better than I was yesterday. I know I was pretty damn good yesterday. Like I know I felt when I laid down last night and I was doing my gratitude in my head and I knew that, hey man, I was all right yesterday. And today I'm even better today. Okay? You don't have to go to 0 to 1,000 in over the weekend, guys. That's unrealistic and it's not sustainable. But 1% a day, we're good. Okay? All right, that's number 3 is that. Number 4. This one is tough, but it's one that when I've coached businesses and I coach people on, it's the one that is a non-negotiable, and that's the B word, and that's boundaries. Um, for some reason, especially women, I coach a lot of women. For some reason, women have a real difficult time setting up boundaries, or if they do, they don't honor them. Okay. And the reason is because it is in your nature to make sure everybody's good. It's embedded in the DNA of a woman to make sure that, hey, is the family good? Is everybody got food in their stomach? How are the kids? Is anybody sick outside? Who's watching the dog? Like this is how you guys are, right? It's a normal thing. It's not a bad thing, but it's one of those things that over a period of time you're going to lose your identity. Okay, you're gonna lose your self-worth. You're gonna lose your value because you don't even know who you are anymore. Can anybody relate? Say I. Thank you, Emma, for your honesty. Uh, so boundaries are the thing that is it's the most powerful thing that you can do, and it's not you being mean. It's not you being a bitch. It's not you being an ASSHOLE. It's that's not what this is. What it is, it's the right thing to do. Like for example, you guys know me, okay? I'm pretty positive. How many of you would agree that Tony's a pretty positive kid? Ever since you guys have known me, some of you have known me 15 years and beyond. Like Tony's pretty freaking positive. Yes, thanks, Melissa. Guess what? Guess what one of my boundaries is? Guess what one of my boundaries is? Just take a guess. Tony does not deal with what? You can say it. You guys can come offline and say no negativity. Yes, Melissa. Melissa's got it. She knows me well. That's a boundary of mine. I don't, and it's crazy, guys. I set this boundary decades ago. And because of that, when people have things that they want to, get stupid about, be negative about, be whatever about, guess who really is not going to be the right person to talk to? There's this between being negative and being and someone that needs help and guidance. You guys follow me? Okay, there's a difference. I know the difference. Y'all know the difference. So one of my boundaries is I don't deal with negativity. I don't deal with negative people. I don't deal with negative shit ever, you guys. I just don't. There's so much negativity happening in the world right now. I know nothing about. I know nothing about. You know why? Because I'm in a frequency that's and here's negativity. So if I'm here listening to this music and it's feeling good, juicy, and tasty, and how the heck do I know what's happening down here? If I'm up here and I'm looking for opportunity, I'm looking for growth, I'm looking for people that want to scale their lives, I'm in that space. How the heck am I going to find somebody that's going to come in and ruin my business? It won't happen because we're not in the same wavelength. So for those that are having problems with your business, it's because you're doing this. You're wavering in and out of these waves like a Hertz wave, and you're on this roller coaster that makes you sick because you don't have a boundary. You don't recognize when you start going down the hill, you don't stop it and go, I need to get off. Hey, I want to get off. You go down the hill because you haven't set a boundary. I will not go down the hill. I will not stay in a bad state or an ugly state or a questionable state for more than my mentor, John C. Maxwell, said 24 hours. I go less than that. I go 2 hours. Like I can't even, I mean, I'm talking a major catastrophe. When we lost both of our dogs in the last couple months, like man, I wept, I mourned, I cried, I grieved, I did all of that. I cleansed, I had to get it out. And do I still miss my dogs? Yes. Do I still miss the opportunity? Yes. I still hold my wife and say it's coming. I do, but I have to get back to the frequency. These things are all here to teach me something, right? They're all teachers. A boundary is going to be your biggest teacher, you guys. I promise you, the boundaries you're setting or the ones you're not setting are here to teach you something. And women, you have to set up boundaries. You have to. Like, for example, a boundary, like now that I told you guys about sugar, a boundary would be like, I'm not eating anything that's got added sugar in, or I'm going to do my best to make sure that I'm reading every single label. Whether if you take it afterwards or not, that's your own thing. But you guys, these are boundaries you have to set up for yourself. When I go to bed at night, here's how I'm going to go to bed at night. It's a non-negotiable. I'm shutting my phone off 45 minutes before I go to bed. That's a boundary, you guys. And I'm not checking until I get up in the morning. That's a boundary. So for me, I have a whole series of boundaries that I honor every day. Every day I have to make sure that Tony's good when I wake up in the morning. I don't pick up my phone. I don't do anything until I make sure that I'm good. So whatever period of time that is, if it takes 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 50 minutes, an hour, whatever that is, for me to get into a jello state, a juicy state, a mojo state, I'm going to do. So if it's meditation, if it's walking my dog, if it's playing my guitar, if it's reading something, whatever that is, I got to make sure I'm good before I do anything. That is a boundary. Okay? It has to, you guys, you're in charge, not your team, not your kids, not your pets. You're in charge. And when the people in your camp or anybody that's around you knows that, they'll honor that. But if you don't honor it, they're not going to honor it. Does that make sense? It's like screw me once if I tell you no and I let you do it. But shame on me if I let you do it over and over and over and over again. Okay. You guys, and it's one of those things. It's funny because when people call and talk to me, they'll realize very shortly, I probably should have called Rhonda. I go, yeah, you probably should have. Because my wife is really good about taking it in and dealing with some of these negative stuff and saying, okay, here's what you got to do. But she's got boundaries too. Okay. Guys, the B word for you. You should have, I look at it like this. You should have your starting five. Okay. And this is going to take some time, you guys. I don't expect you to do this, what I'm teaching you, but your five starters. These are the five things that are the most sacred to you. Like number one for me is my health. I have to make sure that my health is on point, no matter what it is. Okay. So that's one of my boundaries. So if I do a sweet, if I do something, everything's in moderation. That's why I don't drink alcohol. Like that's why I don't eat meat. That's why, um, I do certain things to make sure that I'm good. That I just have boundaries, you guys. So my health is number one. It should be yours too. Okay. Your health is your wealth. So let's stop. Thank you, Emma. God love you, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a gift. There's a book you need to read. Hold on a second. I will give it to you. Napoleon Hill's. Oh, I'll get you the book. It will honor your non-smoking. You'll go, thank you. Outwitting the Devil. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Outwitting the Devil. It's a book. It's a book that was locked in a vault for I don't know how many years, and somebody in the family member found it, and they released the book a few years ago, and it just probably is. It's better than I think than Think and Grow Rich, but I mean it's what you just told me. You're going to appreciate what you're going through right now. Okay, so okay, so boundaries. So what are your five boundaries you guys can implement that are your non-negotiables? Okay. And when you have these, you have to let people in your camp, you have to let people know. Like I tell people, look, guys, I don't like negativity. So if you have something negative to talk about, you're going to have to talk to somebody else because I'm really not good at it. So are you being negative or you need help with something? Oh, you need help with something. Okay, that's different. Right? I can help you. Okay. So people know that about me. And I don't like to, people also know that one of my boundaries is I don't like to sit around and gossip about stuff. Like I just, unless it's something productive, something that's allowing me to become a better version of myself. But to talk about politics, to talk about religion, to talk about, like, guys, I'm not that guy. And my people know that. Okay. And I'm okay with that. No, Tony, you're so weird. Don't you want to talk about the war? Mm, sounds negative to me. So, nope, not going to do it. Okay. So, what are your five, you guys? In fact, I'm just kind of curious. Does anybody have one, like their main one right now that they want? Put it in the chat box. I just want to see this. I want you to show everybody else. And some people are going to say the exact same thing. Oh my God, that's mine. So, what is the number one boundary you're going to set up today? Space. Okay. Anybody else? Your health. Yes, Melissa, always good. Saying no. Yes. No will make you grow. Yep, good. Anybody else? The number one, you guys, and this is not negotiable. Like, Cole, you're gonna have to love saying no to people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, like my wife used to say, hey, the girlfriends are going out, some of their husbands are coming, we're gonna go, whatever. I used to do that. I used to go once a month with them, whatever it was. And I finally got to a point where she go, hey, the girls are going on the thing. I go, honey, no, you just go. You have a great time. Take pictures. Let me know how it is. I have no problem saying no. It's not a bad thing that Tony's being, you know, difficult. She just knows I'm honoring myself and she knows what's going to happen when she goes. She wants to come back home. She's like, yep, you were right. They're doing the same thing. They're still talking about the same stuff. Like they're drinking, they're drunk. Like I get it, right? So anyway, not saying that's her friends, but I'm just saying when we go out and do things, I have no problem saying no. Intermittent fasting, good. Not checking anything time. Okay, first thing, we're great, Emma. Great. Okay, we got to make sure that we're good, right? And if you got, hey, by the way, if you got to make sure you're good in the afternoon, do it. If you just got off something funky, which you guys, we're all entrepreneurs. We always have something funky going on. Like me working with corporate, there's always funky stuff going on. So I've got to be able to manipulate the funkiness, which that funkiness is my teacher. It's teaching me something. So I got to learn how to manipulate that to get back in space. So if I'm out, I have no problem taking my phone and going power off. By the way, guys, when I say turn off your phone, like I mean like power it down, like feel the power of going, see ya. Okay. And then spend 5 minutes, spend 10 minutes doing something to shift the energy to get back in it. Okay. That's what I want you to do. Okay, so boundaries. Again, I've done a whole day seminar with defining boundaries and doing all that and setting it all up and honoring it and all that stuff. So good. You're not struggling, you're learning. Okay. We have to that's a whole new thing, guys. We have to realize that everything is happening for a reason. Okay. That reason, although it feels awkward and uncomfortable and maybe painful, and why does this keep happening to me? And all that same old feeling, because all it is a feeling. It's just showing up in a different voice or a different energy, but it's still the same feeling. So all you have to do is figure out, okay, I got you. I feel you. I accept you. But here's what I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose with a smile on my face, with love in my heart, with grace and peace and joy. I'm going to figure out how to move through it. That's what I choose. And the second you do that, the universe goes, oh, shoot, I didn't know that. You don't want to mull around in the feces for a while? You don't want to mull around it and smell it for a while and get all dirty with it for a while? You don't want to do that? You always used to. Come on, you're a glutton for punishment. You're strong. You're a superwoman. You're a superhero. Come on. Let's just let you play with it. No. My stepfather, for those that are going to Phoenix, you're gonna see a side of me that I don't think no one's ever seen. Because I get to speak on stage, right? Not just as your MC, but I get to do a training on something and you guys are gonna see a side of me that you've never seen before. And the great thing about it is I embrace all of it. When those thoughts of my stepfather come into my life, which they still do, kind of fun, pokingly, I embrace it. Like, bring it on. Let's go. What else you got? Let's go. What else you got? Oh, let me feel that for a bit. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, here's what I choose. here's what I choose to do. I choose to accept it, embrace it, say thank you, but I choose this instead. I choose peace. I choose joy. I choose something else. I'm going to tune you out and I'm going to tune into something else. But thank you. And you start conditioning yourself to do that. And by, next time it happens, it's like, uh, uh, Steve, I got you. Hey, Tom, I got you. Michael, hey, we're good. But Mary, fine. All good. You do you. All right. And you're okay with it. Okay. So that is number four. Number five. Number five. This one is really interesting. You talk about a teacher. And this one took me, guys, this took me 40 years to figure out. It took me actually being part of MWR to figure this out. I mean, I didn't like school. I only did enough in school just to barely get by. That's it. High school, junior high, all of that was all just a social experiment for me. I was just the guy. I just did just enough. Hey, what do I need to pass a class? A C minus? Got it. Done. That's easy. Okay. So my mom would never go, "Did you get a straight A?" Because she knew I wouldn't. I wasn't there to get straight A's. I was there to discover toning, okay, and learn so I could teach later in life. But it's interesting. This next one hit me like a ton of freaking bricks. And the reason why it did is because of what Rhonda was going through and what I saw her doing. And I had this epiphany like, oh my God, like I'm never going to coach anybody ever again. Like I'm never going to have another client. And this is, I made a living coaching people, coaching businesses. I still work with businesses. I still do all that, but I'm very selective on who I'm working with. But this whole idea of travel, remember I said at the beginning, everything's a teacher. Well, it's funny. I came out of a meditation one morning and just had this feeling about what the heck? You guys, the greatest teacher that humans have. And the reason why when you're going through something and you're feeling like you just want to give up, your soul reaches out and go, man, you need to get away. You need a vacation. It's not your brain that's saying it. It's much, much deeper. It's your soul. The soul knows what it needs. I'm talking beyond your brain, beyond your heart even. The soul goes, no, you need a vacation. You need to get away. You need to leave the situation. You need to go somewhere else. And ironically enough, I started thinking about all the people I've coached over the years. Guys used to coach a lot of my people would fly in from other states and other countries to have me coach them. And I'm thinking, my gosh, the best thing, because everything that I'm teaching people is to help people remember how amazing they are, how great they are, how to have fun again, how to do these things that when we were kids, we could say no with a kid with no problem. No, Dad, I don't want to go. Or we would say, we'd ask questions. Well, why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? And we got to a point in our lives where we stopped saying no, and we started just sitting back and let the world come at us. We didn't put up any boundaries. We just bought into whatever people were telling us. We just did jobs just because we needed to make money, right? We did all of these things and we forgot who we were. We've got to ask ourselves or how to ask ourselves the right questions, like when we were kids. When I was a kid, when my dad would come in and want to beat the shit out of me, I would literally turn myself into Steve Austin, the Bionic Man. In my brain, I go, I'm Steve Austin, the Bionic Man, and I can run faster than him. I had a bionic arm, so I was stronger than him. I could see through all of his crap with my bionic eye. If you guys ever remember, the $6 million man. But you guys, that's who I became. And we have to get back to that place. So I would help people figure out how to get back to the place they were when they were a kid, when they could do everything. They were adventurous and they wouldn't take no for an answer. And they always asked questions and they wanted to play all the time, right? They want to be all these crazy things and we lose it along the way. And it dawned on me the only thing that effortlessly that allows us to do that with no thinking, with no effort on our part is travel. The best version of who we are happens when we travel. You guys are much nicer to yourself and to people when you travel. You guys are. I know I am. I'm a nice, happy, lovey guy here in Lincoln, Nebraska. But when I traveled, like my wife and I, like I'm up before the sun in the morning and I'm out walking the streets and I'm hanging with people. I'm meeting people. I come back to bed at 8 o'clock and I go, babe, guess who I met? I'm a better version of myself. And it happens naturally, organically. And so the last piece, number five, you guys, some people are going to believe this is a membership and it's a lifestyle club. And okay, but I want to get real, real, real with you guys. The truth of it all, travel is our greatest teacher because you are your best. The answers that you seek happen when you're disconnected from your norm and you're placed somewhere else. Emma, how many times have you danced like a psycho woman in the last week, like you do when you're on vacation? Be honest. Like you know what I'm talking dancing.
Well, I actually teach at a gym, and do you know what the crazy thing? I don't get paid because we haven't got the revenue coming into the gym right now.
Yeah.
But I taught a class tonight. I taught a club step class,
Yeah.
and that was probably. But like, yeah, you're right. Like when I've been on those trips, the music. I remember the first ever my last company before I came here. I earned 10 trips and I only went on physically one. It was the first time I'd been away in years. It was in 2022. And everyone in the company, like I've got videos now today. They kept sending videos and clips of me because literally from when I landed in Mexico, I flew down there with this big Mexican hat and this poncho on. I'd never been to Mexico. And I literally danced the entire time.
Yeah.
Whether I was just walking from like the pool to go and get my lunch, or I just danced everywhere. And yeah, and that was like exactly when I met you guys for the first time when I
Yeah.
went to Cancun. I didn't stop dancing. And dance is like travel. It's the universal love
Yeah.
language of the world because I mean, I've been in rooms with people that none of us speak each other's language, and yet we are all wrapped round each other, jumping, happy, dancing, and that's what it is. So yeah, like, but the travel, 1000%.
Yeah. So if we have something and everything, again, like I tell you guys, we have all these things around us that a weekend getaway, a night with you and your partner just getting out of town, driving 30 minutes to go spend the night somewhere, to have a nice dinner somewhere, just something different, um, takes you out of whatever's going on. And Emma, when she's dancing, I promise you, she's not thinking about her little downline issue that's going on, or the money issue, or the thing that happened 7 years ago that she's still dealing with, all that crap, you guys. Or I'm not thinking about my stepfather used to tell me every day that I was a worthless piece of crap. I'm not thinking, guys, I'm not in that space. I'm not in that energy, that frequency. So the other part of healing to help you accelerate this process, besides everything else we talked about, listening to music and boundaries and stuff like that, which is stuff you guys can implement right now, is you have to make and we have to encourage people through our conversations and our energy to want to experience life at a whole different level. And the only thing that can do that that they deserve, that is something that maybe they've given up on, is a vacation. It doesn't have to be the one that's in Asia. It could be the one that's where we have somewhere local for them, right? So travel is the fifth piece that will allow you to heal. Travel should be, even though we're in a travel company, you guys, like travel should be like, where am I going next? Do you guys realize this? Check this out. This is what's really cool. You could have a terrible, terrible day. And this, I want you to think of all your friends that are just unhappy right now. You probably have, let's say, you're 5, 10 friends right now that they're always just going through something. Do you realize if you called one of them and said, "Hey, Chastity, I love you. Check this out, girl. What are you doing right now? Get in front of your computer. What do you want me to do? I want you to go to this travel. I want you to go to this website. I want you to go to traveladvantage.com. Just go there. Just go there. Okay. What is it? Just go there. Shut up. Just go." Right? Let's go there. What is, oh, it's a travel site. Yeah. If you had a choice to go anywhere in the world, where do you want to go? Well, and it might be fresh on our mind. I want to go to Hawaii. Great. Type in Hawaii. Do you realize by her doing that activity, she hasn't booked anything yet. She's not bought anything. She's not seen how much money she's got on her credit card. Just that activity, energetically, the universe is just bam, shocking her. Like, go here, do this. 2 night stay, screw that. 5 night stay, 7. Like, guys, energetically, whatever she's going through that day, it's going to shift. Okay. Now she's looking at pictures. It's shifting. Now she's looking, oh my God, that's pretty cheap. Now she's shifting. Now she goes, hey, I wonder what's going on in the Maldives. And now energetically, she's being pulled out of whatever is going on in her life, the monotony, the chastity, by the way, I know nothing's, I'm just using an example, but whatever's going on in her life, all this stuff, the daddy issues, the bullying when she was in high school, the time that she didn't score the winning point, like I sucked at track, my teachers hated all that stuff. When she's online, she's in a state of hypnotic meditation and she's just there. And she's like, oh God, that'd be cool. Oh, how many nights is that? Oh, gosh, should I get trans? Oh, she shifts. Now, let's say she goes, gosh, you know what? Dang it. I deserve it. And she books something. Do you know what happens energetically when she books something, knowing that in the future, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, whatever, that there's something that she's got that's really, really exciting she's preparing for. I want to look good in my bathing suit. So now for the next 6 months, she's now starting to eat better, right? She's starting to shift and think, I want to feel good. Now she's saving money that she said she didn't have, but now she's putting more aside money because she knows when she gets to Hawaii or when she gets to this place that she's going to want to spend money, have a good time, and treat herself, right? Go to the spa. So she starts saving, she starts to become a better version of herself, and she's not even freaking there yet. You guys follow what I'm telling you? This is the process that's happening when people book or when they look at your stuff. I'm not selling anything. I go, let's just take a look. Okay. So now we start to shift and we start to heal them. We start to get them feeling good. And now when they book it, they go. Now watch what happens. All the stuff that person's going through, they have this wake-up call. How many of you have gone on vacation and had like the aha moment, the wake-up call, like the holy crap, what am I doing with my life? Oh my gosh, I'm getting rid of that person. Screw that. I'm quitting my job. Blah, blah, whatever it was. You had the sign from above, the feeling from the earth, the download, the upload, the crossload, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. That happened. How did it happen? Because you were out of your element. You were somewhere else. You're away from all the shrapnel and all the stuff. And you got to connect with the best version of you because you were the best. And in that space, that joyful mojo space, that quiet time, the sitting on the beach, which is something you've not done in a while, the being nice to the waiter, which you can't remember last time you were nice to, like all of these things open up for you. And now all of a sudden you get the answers. You get the healing without any effort. You're just there in a different environment. You guys, this is what we're offering to people. Yes, they get a discount. Yes, they're going to meet some great people along the way. But all of this idea of travel, and this is the angle. I don't know if you guys have saw the new presentation that Elian did. This is me infusing what I'm talking to you guys about into a presentation. That's why it's all about the community. It's all about the experience and the community and the growth. It's nothing about here's the savings, here's the savings. It was all about this, what we're actually really, really doing. And it's crazy because corporate, they didn't buy into it. They knew that it was already there. They just didn't know how to articulate it in a way. And that's what my role was, to help bring what they already knew, you guys. And for them to say, yes, Tony, go for it. So that's what's happening, because that's the truth, you guys. We cannot be a travel savings company. We can't be that. We have to be so much deeper in that. And when you guys, and I know most all of you, some I don't know, but the only reason why you're on this call tonight is because you understand what I'm saying. A lot of people would not understand what I'm saying when I say, hey, this is not a travel savings club. It's not. Because there are people that believe that's what it really, really is. Oh, no, it is. Watch. Look how much money I'm saving at Expedia. Okay. Have fun with that. But if you want to build a legacy, you want to be able to build something you're proud of, and you want to share something that feels good, you saving $15 on a hotel doesn't feel good. Okay. Watching Mary take her kids that have been begging for a vacation somewhere they've never been, and her connecting with her kids at a whole new level. How much is that worth? $1 million? 10 million? 100 million? I don't know. Okay. So this shift that's happening right now in MWR, along with the business growth that you're seeing in other parts of the country, like all of that's coming to a head right now. Like it's time. We got 12 years underneath us, right? Now it's time for all of this feeling, this vibration to come together. And we just get to share. And the people that hear what you're saying. And more importantly, feel what you're saying. You guys, they're just going to sign up because they have no choice. They can't battle their demons and slay their dragons any longer because they're too weak. They can't make excuses any longer. You guys follow? It's just like they're throwing in the towel for something good. Okay? And they're waiting for people like us to say it's okay. And then when they come into the community and they learn about music and sugar and how to sleep better and meet some of you guys and learn how to dance at 2 o'clock in the morning. And, until you've seen Emma sweat, you guys have never seen sweat before. I'm just telling you, I go to my sauna 3 times a week inside my house and I've never sweat like Emma. Okay. So I'm just telling you guys, until you've experienced that in your life, you really haven't really been on a trip, is the way I look at it. You really haven't had fun. Until you've heard, some of these people do karaoke in our company, like you really haven't heard people do karaoke. I mean, you guys, this is what living is about. This is what life is about. Okay? So how you heal yourself are the things I gave you. Those are the things you can do right now. But we got to get into the heart set, not the mindset. Okay? The mind will sabotage everything that's beautiful in your life. It will. So we got to get into our heart space, our soul space, and we've got to share this from much deeper than what people are seeing. When my wife says the reason why I'm doing this, my wife makes great money. She's a top real estate agent in all of Nebraska, top 10 in all of Nebraska. She's fine. But when my wife says she's doing this because she's not going to let a freaking day go by where her and I and our family are not having memories together because life's too short, that's why I'm doing it. That's her message. Her message is not about, oh, guess what? I saved 2 hours using AI. That's not her freaking message, you guys. That's all superficial. We got to get down to the layers of really what travel is, okay? And travel heals the soul. The soul knows what it needs to do. And that's why it says, dang it, Hina, you got to go on vacation. You got to stop making excuses. You got to go on vacation. You got to invest in yourself. Forget Bitcoin. Forget starting a new business. Invest in yourself. Book a vacation. And we have to be, you guys, we have to be coming at people with that much love and that much discernment. Because so people are sitting back all the time and then just taking punches. This is all they're doing all day. Whack, whack, whack. They're tired. Okay? But they remember what it's like to say yes, and how to have fun, and how to play, and how to ask questions. Okay? They remember that. And we got to give them a space and permission to do that. Okay, so there you guys. Those are my top 5. Number 1 was get rid of the sugar in your life so you're not battling your health. Number 2 is get some rest and sleep. I'll give you guys the app that I use. My buddy Jim Poole, he's actually right now, I think he's in Saudi Arabia on a yacht teaching some of the top doctors in the world about Newcom. This is a technology that Tony Robbins uses, Jim Quick uses, Jack Canfield uses, 70 sports teams use, doctors, first responders, high level, the Navy SEALs all use. This is an app that you listen to. You don't have to do anything. You just get the app, put it on your phone, and whenever you're yes, thank you, Cole's got it. You go to bed at night, you put it on deep sleep. You better just make sure you're going to be out. But during the day, I always use Rescue for 20 minutes, 40 minutes, and it just, you guys, it's just a jolt for you. So it's new. I'll put the app right here, you guys, because you get 7-day trial, nucalm.com/Mojo. And you'll see my picture on that because Jim created a page for me because he knows I'm one of his biggest fans for it. And I'm honored to be working alongside like Tony Robbins and these guys. Because Tony, by the way, Tony, this is the only app Tony has been using for 10 years. Like he'll tell everybody, I use Newcom. That's how he gets into states. Okay. So actually, and Tony is actually on the app. So if you've ever, he's got a couple things on there. If you're ever having a bad day and you want to get fired up, go to the Ignite section on the app and listen to Tony. You're going to feel like you're in a stadium of 10,000 people when he's telling you what to do. So anyway, it's awesome. Number 3 was music. Number 4 is boundaries. You guys, this is homework for you. If you don't have your 5, that's okay. But have 3 or so that you know are non-negotiables that you are setting up. And then you let your team know. Okay, you guys all have teams. Let your team know, hey guys, just so you know, I've got some boundaries I'm putting up. Number one, do not call me after 10 o'clock. You guys, there are people that say, I'm unreachable after 7 o'clock at night. Okay, I'm not people in our industry because our work starts at night, but I'm saying, but there are highly successful multi-billionaires that say, hey, I'm done at 7 o'clock. From 7 o'clock till I go to bed, it's with my family. That's a boundary. Okay. Another boundary is I don't have my phone on when I'm at dinner. That's a boundary. Like whatever that is for you guys, they don't have to be big things, but at least get in the habit of setting up boundaries. And the last thing is you got to figure out how you're going to book travel. I don't care what it is, but you guys got to be a product of the product, which everybody on here pretty much is. But you gotta speak travel from a different lens that you've been speaking it. If you're not having the growth and success that you want, it's because you might not be in alignment with what your message is. My alignment is this, and I will always will say this. Travel, the reason why I'm doing travel is because travel is going to make you a better version of yourself effortlessly. That's why I'm doing travel. Being a coach for so long, I want people to be better, right? So it's like, Tony, hey, can I pay you $10,000 a month to coach me? No. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to buy a membership because you deserve it, you and your family, and I want you guys to book a vacation. When you get back from that vacation, I want you to come back after 7 days. It's got to be at least 7 days to a place you've never been before. It can't be, oh, to my timeshare up in Aspen. No, screw that. Everybody hates you when you go to Aspen because you think you own Aspen, right? No, it's got to be somewhere that you've never been before. And after that 7 days, you come back and you ask if you want to hire me. That's how confident I am of what travel can do for that person. Okay. So when I speak travel, it's like you're going to become a better person by doing what I'm about to share with you. For you, you're going to be better for your kids, better for your spouse, better for your employees. You're going to be a better person. What is it? Here, let me invite you. Let me show you some information. I send them the videos. Okay. And I let the powers to be, the moons, hopefully they're all lined up in a perfect formation. The barometric pressure is perfect so that they can say yes. Okay. I'm not going to force anybody to join me on a cabana somewhere. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to force somebody to want to see, what Melissa's on here. You guys, and it's phrase, I always use this as an example, but I was with Melissa and a few others, and we were in Thailand, and I will never forget. Everything in Thailand was amazing. Seeing the monkeys and seeing all the Buddha temples, all this stuff was great. But the fondest memory I have is, and I've never been on one, was going in this riverboat, this weird, ugly riverboats that have the motor sticking way back, and this little river is 4 feet wide, and these boats are going 20, 30 miles an hour passing each other, and they have all these floating shops out on this river. And there was this lady that was cutting up mangoes, and she had a little pot and she had mango sticky rice, which is my favorite dessert. I know it's Melissa's too. And we literally pulled in on the river, still on the river, and this lady comes up to us on our boat and she's chopping the mango and she puts it all in this tray. And for like, I don't know, maybe $1 or 75 cents, I had the best mango sticky rice I've ever had in my life. And I became a better person and more appreciative and so grateful for that moment that I'll never ever forget. Right? It's more better than saying, "Oh, I got, $1,500 in my bank account," or something stupid. I don't know. You guys get it? This is what we're offering. And so that's what I offer to people, not sell, but I offer to people an opportunity to have a story like that they can tell their kids forever. Okay? And I want that for all of you. Any questions, you guys? We went long there. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to stop the recording here. Hold on.